This is my first Pecha Kucha presentation. Rob gave me carte blanche as to the title, and I've chosen to talk about challenges I've faced in the past, challenges I'm facing now, and challenges I believe I'll face in the future. Some of them are work-related and some personal, though I hope not too personal. I was faced with two challenges in creating this presentation. The first one was following the convention of 20 slides, no more than 20 seconds per slide. The second challenge, which I don't think I've mastered at all, is how to say Pecha Kucha. I've had Petashka, Pecha Kucha, and I really still don't have a clue. An early challenge I faced at age 8 was to move to the south of Spain. I had to learn a whole new culture and a second language. I lived in between the sea and the mountain village, just down that road that you see on the right. I'd be interested in knowing if anyone actually recognises that view. Another early learning challenge, age 14, was when I went to music school and I had to pick a second instrument. I wanted to pick something a bit different, and for some stupid reason I decided to play the double bass. Not only did I have challenges learning how to play it, I also had challenges in moving from Spain to England and vice versa. And yes, that is me. One of the things I'm most proud of is our house in France. We renovated doing a lot of the donkey work ourselves. Over a period of 5 years, I had to learn brand new information like French electrical circuits and words for cement mixer, angle grinders, and plasterboard wall plugs. In case you're wondering what it looks like now, this is the end result. We now actually have rose bushes. The trees are about 8 foot high. My challenge is to find something that I can do that will enable me to live in this house in France, and your suggestions are very welcome. When I joined Lovells as Global IT Training Manager in 2003, I was charged with increasing accessibility to IT training for our 27 offices. All of the IT was instructor-led, no online, and none of the team had any experience of designing or creating e-learning. All of us were novices. In terms of training offerings, there was a set programme of training modules. The same courses ran on a 3-week cycle. They had exciting titles like PowerPoint, Module 4, Additional Features. They were all 1 hour long, had 5 learning points, no more, and a 2-page reference guide. Learners signed up. I wanted to get us ahead in creating e-learning, and the first thing we had to do was to create to choose an authoring tool, which I felt was a bit like buying a new car. Huge selection on the market and manufacturers only wanting to sell you their own make. I was led by the vendors, and although we used the product we had, it didn't really work for us. When we came to replace it, we adopted a totally different strategy. We carried out a detailed requirement analysis and were very clear about what we needed. We created a storyboard for IT and non-IT content and asked vendors to come in to present to us creating the content from scratch. When we started thinking about creating e-learning, we faced a number of hurdles. We had to recruit somebody who had experience in e-learning, but who also would be happy to deliver classroom training. I found that actually really difficult. E-learning authors really wanted to focus on e-learning, but we did actually find someone that was able to do both. I was terrified of creating e-learning that went against any kind of instructional design best practice. We needed to know what worked and what didn't work. Navigation, look and feel, language, etc. So we hired a practitioner, actually an ex-chair of the ELN, to come in and help us. He coached our author. Resource was a key issue for us. We didn't have much budget, which forced us to be frugal. I bought a small number of licenses and then increased that over time. Time was more of an issue. If we didn't give authors dedicated time, they couldn't produce content. Weeks went past with nothing. Not everybody on the team was good or motivated at e-learning. Luckily, the person we'd recruited for it was excellent. One other person said, whatever you do, Claire, just do not assign me to e-learning. And one other person said, I'd really like to have a go. But when he actually started, we realised it wasn't his forte and probably never would be. I'm not sure if we're unusual in this, but it took 3 to 6 months for the authors to become really confident in using the tool and actually confident in creating content. When at a later stage I recruited a very experienced publisher, the difference was remarkable. She had years of experience of taking content, and making it work. You never stop learning. Even our experienced author still is learning how to create content. We moved from IT to legal, and now we're actually developing content for clients, which poses a whole new range of challenges. In the last year, we've gone from 10 to 10,000 possible WebEx connections. We started as an IT training tool, but now it's being used regularly for legal training and for client presentations. The IT training team is acting as facilitators for the lawyers, which is challenging for them because it's a totally new role. Keeping up to date is always a challenge. I use a variety of resources, including contacts at the eLearning, going to shows like Learning Technologies, talking to Laura Towards Maturity. We also have a user group forum, and we have a training manager forum for law firms, which I attend. On May the 1st of this year, we're going to be merging with a firm of equal size, meaning that we're going to be doubling in size. We're going to have 42 offices globally. I've never been involved in a merger of equals before, so I think it's going to pose a lot of challenges. We're going to be combining two totally different training teams. One final challenge I would like to leave with you is how we generate interest in our user group for the eLearning. We need people to join and participate, and we need your ideas and suggestions to make it work. So do come and talk to us, the user group committee. We need you.
Hey, well done. That's really good.